Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into right away. This is going to be the quick reading for the next 2 weeks. And after that, I'm going to dive into your next 3 months money and success readings. By the way, if you would like to see those ones, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you enjoyed this one, also comment down below. Let me know. I read all of your comments and I truly appreciate them. Let's see what the symbols are going to show us first. And then we're going to jump into your coffee cup. A ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So this can be about business idea, because when the ring, a commitment, some certain type of a commitment, because marriage is not something that everybody does every single day, like when it comes to romance. But signing a contract, for example, accepting the terms and conditions of an app can also be that contract we're talking about, because sometimes we maximize this kind of things. We think that, oh, it's going to be so grand and massive, and it doesn't show up. You just comment. I see your comments. You're saying like, none of these are happening in my life. But the simplest thing that you're maybe even downloading on your phone can be something that is going to be life-changing for you, that you even without recognizing. I'm going to give you an example, which is going to bring a victory in some endeavor to you. During the last summer, I actually gained extra couple pounds and I want to lose them. And I decided to get like this kind of like a watch that counts my walk. And then I have a hand here in need of help, assistance, and guidance. That's going to be also showing up for you here with the wealth here. So what happened is I decided to lose weight and exercise a little bit. This was actually counting my steps, and that was like something to, like a game that I was following for myself. And then I started, I downloaded an app. It's just app that counts like the calories and stuff. That turned into a game for me, and I lost that extra in less than a month. So that was something like I was thinking it's impossible for me, for someone my age. But then I realized, well, if you turn anything into a game, it can be very much achievable. Your desired goal can become achievable. So that was something for me. So that commitment doesn't have to be a massive thing. You can start with a big goal at the end, but with a small investment in it. Okay, so which I see these cards are looking perfect when it comes to that. We have a flag here. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. This is very important. So if you're feeling like, oh, I need to shrink myself down, that's not the case. The universe is going to catch up. Be careful. Do not take risks, it says. So that's why I said, like, it doesn't have to be like full-on marriage and changing your life 360 or maybe 180. 180 is the other way around. You turn around. That's not have to be that. It can be something small. Things that you're doing is going to add up, okay? A ladder climbing towards success. I'm using the month number in numerical meaning. February is the second month, which also indicates partnership and peace, making peace with someone. Another thing I would like to tell you about February, the number 2. February is 28 days. I don't know if you know about the story of the calendar. There used to be, I think, 13 months, but they just kicked one out of the path. And then they turned, I think Julius Caesar said that you're going to name one month after me and you're going to make that 31 days. And they pulled a day from the February and gave it to the July. And then Augustus came forward and he said, you know what, you're going to do the same thing for me. And then we have taken another day from the February. So I feel like it's like a wronged month when we look at the second month. It's a wrong month. They wronged her. So I feel like here, this can be also something that maybe an area that you were wronged, short-staffed, or something has been taken away from you. This is coming in like a number 2 is also partnership. This is coming in a way that this is going to bring, like something has been taken away is going to bring something better. What do we have in February? We have, it's the month of love now. We have seen Valentine's Day, which is represents love today, partnership. So it can be if something has been taken away from you unjustly, or what's the word? I don't know if that's even a word though. without justice. But the thing is, it's going to bring something that you would prefer better, okay? I see there's a pathway opening, 2 pathways within the first week. These are outside your comfort zone, so you might be exploring some areas, places that you don't usually go to. Another thing I see here, initially I saw a wolf, letter 5 or letter S or number 5, looking at that. If this is a wolf is not a bad thing, but I feel like this kind of looks like a scary wolf that scared Red Riding Hood. But the wolf most of the time symbolizes soul family. So you might be dealing with someone who is a part of your soul family, but they might come up as someone scary to you. What happens there is wolf actually awakens her up. She wasn't aware that's danger in the room. She was keep asking why your teeth are so sharp and stuff. Like, you don't do that in normal situations. You just pick it up immediately. Your body tells you there's something to be fearful of. And I feel like this is also a soul contract. You might be in a situation right now that you need to cover your back, and it can be stressful physically, but the thing is, or mentally, physically stressful, but the thing is, this is something laying low. And number 5, letter S, can be someone in the name of the situation. But number 5 is the number of adventure, travel, setting off to a new course. It's just basically leaving the past behind and starting something very optimistically, a new endeavor. It seems like here this wolf is coming forward, so it will boost your creativity. Sometimes what happens is under stress, we come up with the best creative ideas and simplest and best creative ideas. Maybe some of you are actually fueled by that. That's what's showing here. Another meaning of the wolf, I've mentioned this is a family member, might be causing that. Again, though, it is looking at the number 5. I feel like this is something to actually push you outside your comfort zone. Another thing I see here, there is actually someone climbing. I see letter S and U behind them. Sue, Mary Lou. Can you name their first name or the last name? There's a woman walking away. There's a girl. She's doing like a ballet recital. I know it's too much what I'm seeing here. She's wearing like a ballet here, a little tutu and dancing. This can be maybe if you have a younger generation in your household, they might be going for a recital or like something to celebrate. And you're right after, behind them. And the thing is, maybe the wolf is pushing you towards a direction to maybe pay attention more into this kind of artistic endeavors. This can be your lifelong desire, maybe some physical activity you always wanted to do, but you were avoiding it. Seems like this is going to actually push you towards that direction. What happens when it pushes you there is you're going to find yourself in a crowded environment here, but the crowd is not a negative crowd. I see 2 people here pulling you off from the rock that you're standing right there. You might really find yourself in an element, in an environment. This is your element. These are the people. These are your people. They want you in there. They support you. They pull you up from the ground wherever you are. And so I'm starting to think maybe Capricorn, this can be these people can be like a environment that are maybe they hadn't been through the things that you have been through, or this can be literally like a very artistic and loving and supportive environment. So it can be rare to find, but I feel like you're finding that here. The second week here is there's someone coming with a bat, kind of looks like a golf club in their hand, to maybe like bash and destroy it. This can be someone that you have in your life. I feel like the bat is not really going to hit you or touch you. But the thing is, this is also giving you an power here. You have, I don't know if this is a plunger or those like one of those feathery dusting sticks here. The thing is, which one is more useful? Okay, you need to grab that. If you're dealing with someone who is really aggressive, maybe plunger is going to be a better option. But if you're dealing with someone who's like injured, in a sense, their emotions are injured, maybe just dusting them off a little bit is going to be the better option here. Okay, you need to consider it depending on how the things plays out. I see head of a bull right there. Bull is looking at the legal paper or like a clean paper. I see someone actually looking surprised here. The mouth kind of reminds me of that a model, Twiggy. I think her name was Twiggy back in the day, with a short pixie cut here. The bull is the authority, maybe ordering this younger person to do certain things in a way. This is opening up a pathway for you, but they're not going to be happy. Like this can be someone maybe working under you, being a little obnoxious, or maybe like know-it-all, because the younger the generation, I mean, I'm not going to say the younger generation, because I feel like here the generation grow up with the internet has too much information, but not enough knowledge. Okay, so this can be someone that you're dealing with on that caliber. They know they have a lot of information at their hand, but they don't know what to do with it, but they're acting in a cocky way. I feel like an authority is going to put them in the place so you can actually take charge. It is opening up a pathway for you, okay? It can be a new gig coming for you. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see a beautiful pattern here. It can even turn into like a pattern of some sort. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing. Your desire is like coming gradually. We have a cup here. This is going to be the precursor. You're going to receive some offer, and then after you accept it, it's going to keep moving on. And like I said here with the ring, the proposal, you might be thinking it's a massive sense. It's a big scale. No, it doesn't have to be that massive scale, but the results are going to be massive. The offer can be very simple, very simple. Maybe somebody's going to ask you, oh, I need some brownies, for example, for a potluck. Can you make it? Sounds like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's so out of my way. But you don't know if that's the true pathway to your desire. Most of the time, it is a different pathway. And it's an example because I just made a brownie. That's why I gave that example. But it can be it is something maybe taking you out of the pathway that will deliver you towards your heart's desire. What I see here is like a horse's head right there, which forms a letter V. There's an old lady sitting down, and there's like a younger girl actually standing on top of her, and there's also like a mother here. I feel like there's like generations of women. If you're a male figure, this can be generations of women affecting your life right now and maybe elevating your life in a way. And this is something that happened in the past, and what these women actually delivering into your life is going to upgrade it. Another aspect of it is if you're a female, this can be like the generation, maybe you are the older women carrying the younger generations on your back, but whatever you're doing today, like think of it old, not as age, the wisest, then maybe the oldest in the pack. This can be family, this can be a friend group, this can be wisest as well. It doesn't have to be always age. But the thing is, you are really like opening like this gate, really wide pathway for them, like you're carrying them on your back basically. I see here these are like up and down. I initially saw like a crescent moon here. There's another woman wearing the hat. A crescent moon can indicate your authority, and you wearing the hat also taking charge of a situation. It seems like when you lift the younger generations up, when I say younger generation, this can be even like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old girl getting bullied, that you give them confidence. It doesn't have to be always like guiding the crowd. And I'm telling you, it can start with like a drop of water. And it seems like here that's going to be affecting you actually becoming an authority as well, okay? Karma works in very strange ways. Like every single thing that we think that we're going to come to us in massive scale usually comes with small steps, okay? So you can ask today, what are my small steps that I can take today? 3 or 4. That's what like most of the coaches actually tell you. Like Bob Proctor. I think it's Bob Proctor I heard from first. Oh, death card. Okay. So the 3 things a day can be even enough to accelerate it to the future that you go on to create. We have death card here. This is Scorpio energy. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio. This can be a figure in your life that is strong and stable. But the thing is, they're coming in to maybe break the new day, okay? What happens in the death card is something that doesn't serve you anymore is leaving your life. You don't need this anymore, and maybe you wanted to hold on to it, but the course of the events are not really allowing it to stay with you anymore. because we have something new, something better, something faster coming forward, a better opportunity coming forward. And in order for you to catch that, first you need to let that boring one, basically old one, go. You might still feel sad about it because maybe this can be an environment that you're leaving that has things that you're used to, which Capricorn as an earth sign, you don't like to change much of the things that you used to. But the thing is, this is going to be necessary because this is an end of a cycle for you. If this was a negative relationship or maybe a work environment, now you're retiring, its ending is coming forward. Judgment Day, we see this lady actually giving birth to a new baby. I had to cover them because they kind of were out in the open. You can see the baby right there. And even the stork coming in, helping to deliver the baby, not really delivering the baby. Storks, as known, they have actually sacrificed themselves for their youngs, and they can be sometimes cruel as well. Birds can be cruel. But the thing is, the case is they are with the natural flow. They go with the natural flow, and also they migrate. Like most of the birds migrate, but that's like the one that we know that has that common knowledge. So this is actually maybe for some of you, it's a migration from like a past old mindset to a new mindset. You're carrying your new baby to a new place. Seven of Coins is like you not feeling confident if you're doing the right thing. But the thing is, Prince of Swords is sharpness and clarity will be coming forward. So even if you don't feel confident at this point that if you're doing the right thing, if you keep at it, you're going to see that fast results, like why this is actually necessary. Okay, let's see the Death card. We have the Star here, so this is your wish fulfillment, guys. Star, something's ending, coming to an end is your wish fulfillment. I see the World on the bottom here. This is this card. No, it's not that card. This is actually what comes after this card. So we have the Chariot with the Swiftness, so it's a double. It's the same card basically almost with this minor arcana. Is this a major arcana? So Chariot is through discipline, through setting your mind to your goal rather than just letting it run around like crazy horses. If you just focus your mind, you will get to where you need to go, and you will do that very quickly. That's the meaning of the Chariot here with this 8 of Wands. Judgment comes with Ace of Wands, which is a new adventure, a new beginning, a new endeavor. You have the roses here are beautiful. Actually, roses seem like this is going to be also not only passionate with the sun in the background, positive. We have a second sun here, a third sun in there. So not only it's going to be very bright, it's also going to be something you would love to have in your life. Why do we have the Seven of Pentacles here? Queen of Swords, okay. So Queen of Swords is someone we see in the original tarot. She doesn't have any clouds above her head, so she's clear. But she's also holding as prayer beads in her hand. So it means that she also goes with logic as well as trusts the unseen powers. So this is the thing. Maybe you don't trust that unseen powers here. And it's time to just start trusting that those unseen powers are also working for you. When you do, Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment with the Prince of Swords. This is Knight of Swords actually. It means that the wishes are going to be delivered faster, okay? Let's pull your quartz. We have Ammonite. I think this is not a quartz. This is like a fossil, but still they carry the energy of their times. Are you spiraling round and round? Are you trying to find answers? It is time to stop, go within, and allow yourself to step into the deep recesses of your mind and emotions in order to uncover the truth. Take time for reflection beside the ocean or a body of water. You have Archangel Gabriel here. If you know a little bit about angels, Archangel Gabriel is the one who actually brings the messages to the prophets. So be very mindful of what you're hearing from left and right, outside, inside, what's coming as a message, because those are divine messages. Like when you take it in a very light manner, those are your higher self speaking to you and directing you to your highest good. I know the truth in the center of myself. All the answers lie within. Ancient knowledge and wisdom are available to me. I recall my dreams when I awaken and use them as tools to help guide me in my waking life. So, another thing with the dreams, when you have an intention to receive an answer to a dream, like answer during in your dreams, when you go to sleep with that intention, most of the time you receive that answer. Okay, first maybe you cannot remember it, but what happens is when you practice remembering it, and if you're waking up early in the middle of the night because of the dreams, note them down, because when you wake up in the morning, most of the time we cannot really remember them. So keep a bedside pen and paper, okay? Let's see, we have a consciousness of lack. I love this card because this card is very clear. I said knowledge, right? I said they have the information, but they don't have the knowledge. What happens is there's the knowledge right there. There's the information right there. You're stepping on it. There's the money right there. You're turning your back on it. It's in your heart space, but it's raining inside. It's a tornado. So there's a conflict. You want to have more, but you are thinking maybe having more is something dangerous. That's why you're turning your back on it. The thing is, this is coming forward. This is a good sign, so you can clear it. You can have the intention to receive more, receive the answers, receive more money, and you can start your weeks with that energy, okay? We have stuck energy here. Some of you, because of what's happening there, some of you might be feeling, we have 2 of Cups too. Just fell off the deck right here that I placed. Okay, so stuck energy is about someone maybe in your heart space. If you have a soulmate, they might be causing this. Okay, maybe you need to see the rainbow in the situation, and maybe the soulmate is appearing in your life, coming into your life. Soulmates can be also friends, family members. Twin flames are lovers, but soulmate can be a lover too. Any of those that are prolonging in your life can be soulmates. They're causing stuck energy here. But the thing is, when you look at to see the rainbows and what's the good part of the situation, I feel like you're going to overcome that stuckness here, okay? The loving woman can be a female character in your life that is supporting you during this journey, and maybe someone that you can ask help from. And your higher self, I told you about dreams, and they can speak to you through your dreams, so be on the watch out for that, okay? Your higher self always guiding you. This is a reminder that it's always with you, even if you're doubting that. Something better is coming forward. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious, okay? So that's like the message of the higher self. I feel like here they're telling you that you're always being protected. Sometimes like we complain about, I'm stuck in the traffic, and we don't even see that. What if you were going really fast and there was an accident in the future? Everything is happening for a reason. Nothing is random. Creation and the creator is not random, okay? We have a lion here. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently, which I told you here. We have the chariot, we have the 8 of wands. That's actually the symbol of charging ahead, okay? So magnificently, you can really channel the energy of a lion, and that can be helpful with that. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.